What's going on, everyone? Hope you're having a great day and welcome to the Tundra Dude 34 YouTube channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you know every time I put up a video and or live stream. So first off, I hope everybody had a fantastic Christmas. I hope you got everything you wanted and you were able to spend a good amount of time with your family. But here we are. It is back to business. I want to make a video today. And this is a great video for someone that's considering a Tundra, someone that's considering another half ton and they're very confused. These types of videos are my favorite to make because I can help you guys out there. This is about an owner who is coming to the Tundra from a Ford F-150. We will go into his issues with his current Ford F-150 in a moment. But if you are someone who had a Tundra and you ended up leaving a Tundra for another brand, I would love to hear your story. Or if you're someone from another brand coming to a Tundra, again, I would love to hear your story. Please email me at tundradude34@gmail.com. They are very important in both ways. The half-ton market is one of the hottest markets on the planet when it comes to automotive industry stuff. And a lot of brand loyalty is surrounded by that. So when somebody changes brands, I think it's always a big deal, and we always like to hear the pros and cons either way. Like I said, if you're leaving the Tundra or coming to the Tundra. So I was doing a live stream yesterday. Thank you very much for tuning into that. They're always fun. And a gentleman named Eric brought up a point to me. We were talking about the next generation Tundra, and one of the main rumors is there won't be a V8 in that next generation Tundra. So we were talking about how the F-150 went EcoBoost with a couple different engine options, but they kept the V8. And that's when Eric said he has an F-150 with the 5-liter V8 engine, the Coyote engine, and he's not happy with it, and he's leaving, and he's coming to the Tundra. So I asked him to email me, and in a moment you're going to hear his story. So I will show you pictures of his truck and give you everything that he has going on with his F-150 and the reason he is returning to the Toyota Tundra. Check it out. Okay, here's what Eric has to say about his 2019 Ford F-150 5-liter V8. I'm getting rid of my 2019 F-150 5-liter because it has been nothing but problems since I bought it. Starts before the first oil change at 4,500 miles. It was 3 quarts low of oil and had a bad spark knock to it even though it doesn't have push rods. Transmission shifts all kinds of wonky. Never knowing what gear to be in. Recall on the truck seat backs. Then a TSB on the oil consumption, TSB on the transmission. Then at 10,000 mile oil change, almost another 3 quarts of oil low. They did all updates, still didn't fix the issue. Still spark knocks like crazy. Their fix was a longer dipstick. Between the spark knock sound and the lack of power after they updated everything, it's like they retarded the timing so much, now the truck won't do much. So after that email, I asked him to send me a little more information on his F-150, his ownership experience since he bought it, and the Tundra he plans to get. So here's what he had to say about that. He says, right now, the Ford has 12,500 miles. I bought it the day it came off the truck. I traded my 2015 Toyota Crewmax in on it. Big mistake. And the one I'm having the dealership to find me is just an upgraded SR5 because of all the mods I'll be doing to it. The new Tundra will be getting a 7-inch BDS lift with 37-inch Nitto Trail grapplers on some fuel 22x10 wheels. True dual exhaust. And I will be ordering cat skin leather. I'll attach a few pics of my F-150 right after I got it, and a few as I built it up. The main reason for me to trade in my 2015 Tundra for this F-150 was I hated the 4-wheel drive in the Tundra. It was always clunky feeling. When I traded the Tundra, it only had 39,000 miles, and the trade-in value that Ford gave me was insane. So I got the F-150 paid $42,000, and they had given me $36,000 trade-in for it, so not much difference on price. So then I went and lifted the F-150 and did the tint and the dual exhaust, and at that time I had $50,000 in the F-150. Then by this time it was almost due for an oil change. Now the day I brought the F-150 home, I checked all the fluids in the truck like I always do when I buy something. Everything was full. But after 4,500 miles, it had went through 3 quarts of oil. So I told the dealership to check it out and find out why. They couldn't find anything leaking, so they sent me on my way. A few hundred miles later, the transmission started acting up, shifting very weird. It was like it was getting hung between second and third gear and wouldn't go anywhere, so I took it back in. to be told just how the 10-speed transmissions are. I wasn't buying it. So I took it to my transmission guy, and he told me to take it back to the dealer and make them reflash my computer, so I did. Supposedly, they reflashed it, and it was okay for a month or so, then it started doing it again. By this time, Ford put out 2 different updates for it. They did the update, and it was good for a little while again. Still does the same thing as it did in the beginning. Now here I am at the 10,000 mile oil change time, and I checked it again to see 3 quarts low once again. This time they kept the truck for a week or so because I had also said the rear end was leaking on the left side axle tube. Got the truck back a week later, they changed out the dipstick with a longer dipstick, did a computer update, and told me Ford wouldn't let them touch the rear end. So at this time, I'm like, I'm done. Time to get rid of it before I lose my temper. I've called Ford about it, but they won't do anything about it unless it is at Ford and they have a Ford engineer look at things. When I had my 15 Tundra, I never had any issues whatsoever out of the truck, except I just didn't like how it engaged into 4-wheel low. I should have learned my lesson when I purchased a brand new F-150 back in 2014 when the 5.0 just came back out. Ford engineers had to get involved with that truck as well because I would be riding down the road at 70 miles an hour and the windows would just start going up and down by themselves. It was freaky, but I dealt with it. What got me was running 70 miles an hour, and all of a sudden the truck acted like it shifted into 4-wheel drive by itself. Want to talk about a pucker factor? It did it to me twice, and about caused a massive wreck both times with my kids in the back seat, so that's when I decided to trade in on a 2015 Tundra Crewmax. I had nothing but bad luck from Ford. This one will be my last one I'll ever buy. Quality just isn't there anymore, just a death sentence. So that's my story. Hope you can make sense out of all of it. Okay, so it sounds like Eric has had a very poor experience with his current 2019 F-150 5-liter. So what I would like to do is, there's going to be some folks from the Ford camp that watch this. If you own a 5-liter Coyote V8 and you want to talk about some pros and cons, please do. I've heard great stories about that engine, and I've heard stories like Eric's as well. So we would like to hear both sides chime in. So it sounds like Eric went from a 5-liter F-150 back in 2014 to a Tundra Crewmax to a 2019 F-150 5-liter again, and now he's coming back home to the Toyota Tundra. If you are someone that has done this, I would love to hear from you guys as well. Like I said, all this information is always good for the people that are going out there and buying these vehicles, especially at this time of year when everybody's trying to get that great deal at the end of the year. Pros and cons matter. It can't always just be, well, my truck's the best and this is the way it is. We always like to hear the goods and the bads, no matter what truck brand you like. And it's also good to hear from people who aren't necessarily brand loyalists and stick to one brand. They like to go around the whole half-ton market and see what everybody offers. The good, the bad, the ugly, that is what this channel is all about. But sounds like he has a plan to get himself back into the Toyota Tundra very, very soon. This is one thing I hear from a lot of people that go through stuff like this. They'll be Tundra owners, Tundra fans. They'll go out, have their Tundra for a long time. One of the things that kind of pushes people away from the Tundra a little bit is a lot of these other brands offer a lot more features, a lot more interior stuff, more technology. So people will want to go out and try that. And then they go out and try it in other brands. But that QDR, quality, dependability, reliability, is not there like it is in the Tundra. So a lot of them end up coming back. So Eric's story is kind of common. You do hear a lot of Toyota Tundras go out and try something and come on back. To be honest with you, I owned a couple Toyota Tundras, and for a while there I wanted a Jeep Wrangler. I bought a Jeep Wrangler, had nothing but problems with it. It was brand new in 2012, and I came back to the Tundra. So we've all done it. But like I said, if you have any comments on this, go below the video. If you're someone that has gone through this yourself, once again, comment away, and always looking for a good story to help everybody out at the end of the day. So Eric, thank you very much for sending in your story. Really look forward to hearing what everyone has to say about that. But until next time, you guys, you know the deal. First, I got to put up 2 playlists. One we're going to put up is the dealership walks on Sunday, every other Sunday, most of the time. I go and I walk my local dealership and we see what kind of Toyotas they have. Sometimes we go across the street to some of the other brands as well. So check out that playlist. The other playlist I'll put up is the 2021 Tundra. Because if you're in the market for a Toyota Tundra right now, you're probably going to want to see that. You get to see all of the trim levels, the packages, everything available. So go check out those 2 playlists. But until next time, you guys have a great day. I will obviously talk to you again, but Happy New Year anyway. Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook at TundraDude34, TundraDude34 @gmail.com. Once again, thank you, Eric, for sending in your story, and I look forward to hearing everybody's comments. Be well.